across Highway 109 from the high school. You can see the high school up here. And then there's the skateboard park. To the west of the U.S. development site is Paulson Road. And just across Paulson Road is the Grays Harbor National Wildlife Refuge. The Wildlife Refuge is actually the source, or is the area that this area drains to. And you can see the wetlands that are hatched in green on this site. They all connect in and go through that little channel into the Bowerman Basin. This project, at the moment, they haven't quite decided yet how many, what maximum capacity of their tanks is going to be, but their current plan, that from what I hear, is going to be 8 tanks, each holding 100,000 barrels, or 33.6 million gallons. In order to get the oil in here, it comes in from the goes by the old land manufacturing plant and has to cross Paulson Road, and they have to rebuild some of the tracks that used to go out toward Mo Cliffs. Those tracks currently stop at Paulson Road, but they have to reestablish somewhere between 2,000 and 7,000 feet of the tracks, depending on how much of the train they think they want to pull across at a time. Paulson Road would be blocked for some portion of the time while they're switching cars into their car storage and the tank unloading area. This tail track has to come in, and they have to split the train into pieces to get it into this area. They anticipate using one unit train every 2 days, and they'd be loading out about 3 Panamax vessels per month if they hold to that one unit train every 2 days. So what's new? The Westway SEPA document says the Port of Grays Harbor can handle 12 ship movements per month at terminals 1, 2, and 4. Well, Westway says they are expecting 5 ship movements. Imperium has 6. That's 11 movements per month. That does not include the current 7 ships per month from Pasha, AGP, Decorum, Cosmo Specialties, or the existing Westway and Imperium shipments. And it also does not include ship movements from the proposed U.S. Development Tank Farm or Willis Enterprises at Terminal 3. So what's new? Addition of 21 new tanks totaling 2.3 million barrels of crude oil. Storage of 97.4 million gallons of crude oil at the edge of the estuary. This would total over 2 billion gallons flowing through the estuary. Well, not flowing through the estuary, but crossing the estuary every month. That's 25 additional unit trains per week, 12.5 in and 12.5 out. This includes 7.17 acre. This makes 7.17 hours blockage at the Olympic Gateway Mall and elsewhere where their speed is limited to the 5 miles per hour. It's approximately 8 Panamax ships make 16 crossings of the Westport Bar per month. And Westway terminals would add an additional 5 barges per month, which is 10 bar crossings, 5 in, 5 out.
So what are the trade-offs? We're promised 100 jobs, but they're undetermined. We haven't been able to figure out what those jobs are. It's mentioned that there'll be 20 longshore jobs and 5 to 15 rail pilots and tugs. But what do we stand to lose if something happened? Because we do know earlier spill happens. The existing and other port industries and jobs, what happens to the existing tenants? And how will they be impacted as the trains come into the port, stop, and cross? So we're going to have issues to the fisheries, tourism, future economic growth, climate impacts, and a spill or a loss of the estuary and the coast of expunction would be the end of 700 plus tribal jobs, and 31% of Gray's Harbor workforce are dependent upon marine resources for their jobs. That's important because we lose those fisheries jobs and some of those other jobs. 31% of the population would be out of work. We already know that we have some issues on unemployment. So what's next? You know, one of the things is that Westway has their SEPA documents. They're out for comment. We were told that the comment date was originally in the newspaper. You may have read that it was this coming Friday, the 29th. Fortunately, that has been extended and has been extended to, I believe, April 19th, which will allow all of you, however you feel, to write comments about those